Hi, good evening. My name is Elizabeth Adialo Shudi, and I do have a story to tell you tonight. A young couple, the girl was about 16, and she's been rolling with this young man that was about the same age. And the guy went all out for her. This girl's parents couldn't control her for nothing. She figured she was big enough, wise enough, and of course the mother was a single parent. So she couldn't kill herself trying to keep her safe. So she let her have her life. And this guy would go rob and do drug deals and stuff and to provide for this lady. Because they were both young. And one day, he was arrested by the police. He had gotten into trouble. And when she went to visit him in jail, he told her that you're beautiful, you're young. Why don't you go out there and your mates are doing it, they're turning tricks and go to the clubs, or why are you working at the tables and working as a waitress? But the girl didn't want to become a prostitute. Even if it was to save the love of her life. She loved him so much. Her parents couldn't, her mother, even the father that was away from home, the family, friends, nobody could talk to this girl. She was working hard and working 2 jobs, trying to save up to bail the boyfriend out of jail. And then one day, at the restaurant where she was working, 7 tables, the owner of the restaurant had taken a liking to her. Asked her what was going on. She said, I don't understand anymore. My boyfriend is locked up in jail and I don't know. I don't have where to go. I did move back home with my mom, but she makes me wait on my little sister every night when she goes out to turn tricks. The mother was on the street just living her life and saying, now that you're back home, you can live with me for free. You must be useful. And then one day, the mother's boyfriend tried to sleep with her and she resisted. In that struggle, the mother walks in and the boyfriend said, it's your daughter. She's the one that was coming on to me, trying to get me to sleep with her. And the mother believed the boyfriend over the daughter. So he threw her out. She slept at the bus stop on that day. And at about 6 o'clock when the restaurant where she works would open, she went in. As soon as they opened and she went to sleep in the back, the boss found her and she explained everything and the boss took her in. While she was with the boss, she met this guy. They called themselves the sugar babies and sugar daddies, right? But there was this one that was actually still young and had fallen in love with her. She had talent, she could draw, she could do things, and the boyfriend was expecting, the old boyfriend, the drug dealer, the young man that didn't have his life straight. And I kept saying to myself, the only way this girl would ever get out of this is to kill the boyfriend. But see, it wasn't going to happen just like that. Because when he got out of jail, he had said, oh, you have to come get me out. And her fiancé, the new guy that she was seeing now, that loved her so much with everything, rich, bloody rich, classy, older, but rich, but she meant the life to him, would offer her a new world, had gone out of town. So with this beautiful ghost car, millions of dollars, right? She went to pick up the boyfriend and brought the boyfriend home, the old boyfriend. And he was trying to force to sleep with her and all that. She kicked him in the balls and she managed to escape. Somehow, our older friends were able to get this guy out. But I knew he was going to come back. So one day she was at home in this beautiful mansion with everything that a girl could pay for, having a good time with a boyfriend, and the doorbell rang. And she said, are you expecting somebody? He said no, but he went to get the door anyway. Guess what? It was the old boyfriend that came with a gun and had walked him down and shot the guy in the stomach. Now he was forced to tell the girl the code to the safe so that she could settle the guy. But that wasn't what the old boyfriend wanted. The stupid, irresponsible idiot, the criminal, wanted her to join him, rob the guy, kill him, and escape into the sunset, like there's anything called escaping into the sunset, right? So when she went to the safe, she found a gun, the rich guy's gun. She kept it amongst the money. And as she came down, the guy was pointing the gun at the new boyfriend, the rich one. She reached into the bag, pretending like she was going to give him the money. And I said the only way she will ever have a life to live is to kill him. And that's what she did. She shot him, pa, pa, and he laid there and died. She was able to live her life. Why am I saying this? See, that's why I don't believe in early relationships. Before your daughters know what life is all about, they start to date all this non-purposed, no dreams, broke asses men. You fix their hair, you fix their nails, and then you push them to be fucked for free by men who don't even know what they want. I know everybody does it, but you try not to be part of it. That brings me to the matter of Jarvis and Pella. You know that if that was your daughter, you wouldn't let her date somebody like Pella. It's not a matter of being educated or not. It's a matter of somebody that's hoping to be teachable or not. The people around Pella are not good for him. I know that they tell him that what he's doing is wrong, he needs to change, but Pella thinks he's richer than everybody around him, and that may be true. I don't know if he has parents or not. But Pella and Jarvis are not an item. They don't fit. Jarvis had so much going for her when she was doing the Robert thing. Everybody wanted her when Pella was coming on to her. Not because he's one illiterate or disadvantaged young man, but he's not teachable. For the fact that he even attempted to kill himself makes him more dangerous. Anybody that has ever attempted suicide before can 90% do it again, and then this time it will do it killing some of the people that is around. It's not a joke. I think in Nigeria, if you have tried to kill yourself, they arrest you and put you in a mental institution to check if your IQ is right. This is not content. When they first started and Pella was trying to hit on Jarvis, she tried to back out. You, the toxic crowd, were the one that were condemning her. Now that you have forced Jarvis into Pella's life and he's beginning to see her as the only hope, because if you take Jarvis away from Pella, he has no talent, he has no special gift, nothing than him to abuse people. And so Pella sees Jarvis as the only source of hope in his life. I ask of you, do you know the toxicity that your daughters are going through at the hands of these useless men with no hope? No talent. You are the social media crowd that forced Jarvis into Pella's life. You already knew in your heart that Pella has nothing, no talent. He would go nowhere. It was headed to nowhere until Jarvis came. And you used Jarvis as a sacrificial lamb for Pella's glory, which he had none. I'm saying it is not right to take something that is nothing and take something that is everything to blend them together, especially something that is nothing does not realize. I listened to Pella. I did my research. I don't just come in here to talk. I don't care if you watch me or not. But life is not content. Life is not a movie. Separate Jarvis from Pella. Pella needs to go grow up to find his life. Go do something instead of dying on social media for content. I see him with the stars that don't have common sense. You think everything is content, capitalize. Who are those people advising all our young children on social media? You think it is okay? Now TikTok has restricted them because they were having sex from 11 to 5. They have restricted the Nigerian crowd. You are dirty. You are crazy in the head, a lot of you toxic, immoral, and you think that is what the world wants to see. I'm telling you, there are doses of immorality that you give them that begins to make some of us sick. Because it doesn't make sense. It's like watching a blue movie. Jarvis and Pella are not in the same grade. They never had the same intelligence. They never had the same purpose. Why are you going to force two people to be together? You were hounding Jarvis, making her feel like she was feeling too because she has a right to. If you don't know, a 16-year-old girl with a 16-year-old boy, or even an 18-year-old boy, don't match. If they work, it will only take the grace of God. Women grow wiser. And then I see this illiterate that says it's in Canada talking about Jarvis is sleeping with people in the industry. So what? Are half of our children not doing the same thing? So if I'm dating you and we're not married, I have no right to try other grounds. You want to by force with your wickedness and viciousness, nail them together by force. Jarvis, Jarai. A girl has a right to date 1, 2, 3 men and see which one works for her. You can't have selective civilization in Nigeria. No, I disagree. You cannot have selective modernization in a system that is as corrupt and crazy. Somebody said, I will mention who she's sleeping with in the industry. So what? Is she married? Is she engaged? If that was your daughter. See, the problem I keep saying is because we don't put our own in the shoes of those we're trying to force things into. Jarvis, you will be a born bastard that doesn't love herself if you ever go back to Pella or anybody in his grade that looks like him. You are a brilliant talent. You are beautiful. If you stand before a president, the president of any country, you will make a good daughter or a good wife. Why would you, with all your intelligence, look at what you started with, look at all the brand ambassadorship that you lost, trying to feel sorry and lift up somebody that looks like a worm beside you. You don't match. You don't. Let him go find his grade. You say women supporting women. That's how you push your daughters and your sons into the wrong aspect. It's not about support. It's about the truth. Pella is not developed, not just in physique, in brains. They need to go check his chromosomes and see if it is normal. Having money does not mean that you're successful, because you can have money as an armed robber. You can have money as a thief. You can have money as a liar. The same way your politicians have money as corrupt, cold-hearted idiots that do not deserve the positions half of them hold. But you all intimidated Jarvis. You made her feel sorry to start dating Pella. How many times has she broken down? What I'm here to tell you is the fact that he tried to kill himself. You can say he didn't mean it, but he tried it. Makes him a high risk for suicide. Not just for suicide, but suicide come murder. That guy will get a gun and go after Jarvis, and he won't stop until he kills her. You all think you're joking. Huh? You think it's a comedy. You don't know what mental meltdown is. You are the most cold-hearted, callous, unfeeling human being. You are the most vindictive set of human beings that I know alive. None of you are serious. You are not looking at what seriousness, that message that man sent. Do you know how much his car cost? What his father's fathers have not been able to achieve. Do you know what that guy did? Somebody that has tried to kill himself with that expensive machine drove it to get attention. When men or women behave like that, they should convince you that you're not going to go back. You don't go back because you feel sorry for people. You go back because they are sane. They have focus. They will add on to your life. It doesn't matter if he brought her from the bushes of Akwa Ibom. If Pella discovered Jarvis from under the ocean, once he has not aligned with her purpose and she has gone bigger than him, she needs to leave him. Jarvis, change your circle. Change. All those people around you are not good for you. They are trying to use your life to sacrifice for Pella. You don't fit in class. You don't fit in intelligence. I just need to spend 3 minutes. You go back. supporter of Pella or Jarvis or not, go back and watch and tell me that if Jarvis was your daughter, if she were your daughter, you will let her date an irresponsible, arrogant, foolish, unruly man like Pella. You think he's just doing it? No, that is who he is. That is as big as he can be. And Jarvis is like a big fish in a small pond. She needs managers to manage her. She needs her parents to step in and talk to her night and day to get her, because she's going to need therapy. Because you all are trying to blame her for what she has no control over. Just because we wear matching outfits and we do skits together. I am just telling you that your kids may be in a toxic relationship. I call them kids. They're not 14, 15, no. Even at 2022, they will not have to send their dead bodies to you before you know what situation they are in. If they say, Mom, I can't take it, give you reasons, you have to let it go. This fantasy you Nigerians have in your heads about Jarvis and Pella is not going to work. And all the illiterates that support him, it doesn't matter. The fact that we're abroad doesn't mean we have enlightenment, or that we're educated, or that we have a sound mind. It doesn't matter if they bring out who has been sleeping with Jarvis. If you didn't try something bad, you won't find something good. So she may actually be sleeping with people in the industry. That's not why I'm here. I'm saying now, when she would have found something that is better than what she's holding, it's her opportunity to get away. And if anything ever happens to Jarvis, somebody rapes her, somebody breaks into her house, she's found dead, you need to arrest Pella. Because Pella has no light in him. He in himself is nobody, and he knows that until he dies, forever and a day, he will never find a woman like Jarvis. What he's been trying to do is break her. Make sure she wasn't running away. Put his VIN number on her. That is why the relationship became toxic, because in his brain, he knew he didn't deserve her. He doesn't deserve a woman on that grade because he has not worked on himself. The girl child is not a sacrificial lamb. The girl child is not your ticket out of poverty. The girl child cannot be groomed to the point where you now begin to destroy her just to suit your narrative. The girl child is not like the chicken that the farmer protects, feeds, and keeps safe from diseases just so one day he could kill her. Kotayeba Sonida nothing buni. Jarvis deserves better. I don't know, I've never spoken to her. But all those influencers around her are bad for her, because they know that if she's with the right person and if she's allowed to grow, she will be bigger than them. All of the stars supporting Jarvis now are afraid of the greatness she can unleash if she's allowed to be with the right person, managed by the right company. So Jarvis, you are in the midst of your enemies. They're not your big sisters. No, they don't like you, because they wouldn't let you be going through what you're going through right now if you were their daughters. Think. If you need to run away, run away. If you need to go to England, go. Anywhere you go, your talent will follow you. But you need to leave all those aunties and uncles around you. They know if they let you be yourself, you will blow more than all of them put together. There's a glory upon your life. That is the truth. All your aunties you call superstars, and they know. They don't want you to walk into the glory that God has created for you. That is why they tie you down with somebody like Pella. Please, don't let's make everything about, oh, you are condemning because it's not yet. No! Pella has had the privilege to live the life that people with university degrees have not had. He has had the chance to roll with the biggest of stars. What did he do with all that opportunity? He hasn't changed. He's still a thug. In his spirit, he's still disrespectful, unteachable, unapproachable, rude. And it is the recklessness in his life. That guy will come to an extent where he would expect Jarvis to show a private part to the world just to show that he has her under his control. I'm sorry, Pella, that you think your manipulative ways will hinder you. See, a lot of the mad people that I take care of, at least 50% of them started by acting and thinking that life was a joke, like you just did with that car accident. That was an intentional. And if you don't get yourself off that useless bridge you have gotten into and realize that just because you are known with somebody or attached to somebody or you have name or know people means that you can get what you want with another life being sacrificed at your table of vanity, you're wrong. Go get help. Because one day you will sit in your room and you will truly carry through the suicide attempt. It will no longer be an attempt. It will be a success. And as a mother that has buried a son before, I do not wish that for you. But you have to grow up. Manipulation cannot be used to blackmail people into your life and staying where they don't fit. No, a woman doesn't have to shrink so that you can shine. If Jarvis was your sister, I would still advise her the same way. And both of you are doing things together. People who refuse to grow don't deserve to be with people whose life and the best of them is a potential that's waiting to be harvested. Pity party doesn't work. You come correct. You don't fit in stature. You don't fit in brain. You don't fit in talk. You don't fit in intelligence. I cannot, and I'm glad, just in case, that she has not opened up her legs to you because you're not deserving. She is a queen. Jarvis is a princess. She is a princess waiting to be a queen. She needs a man that can guide and guard her. That is a man in every sense, not just with a dick between his legs. And your opinion, Lucy, rada, and line the rule, no, chachi. You older women of no dignity, hypocrites and blackmailers, you are extortionists. You are the most wicked set of mothers around the world, and you call yourself Nigerians. You can't say the truth as it is. And you fathers, you play games with other people's lives, but you go before God and say, let him bless your children. If you dare pray for the downfall, or you see another child like your child going into the pit and you don't speak up, then God will let your children go into the pit too. Adabi tó bá jẹ́ pé òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ ń bá Jarvis sọ. Adabi, unless if every advice you're giving Jarvis to stay with Pella is from a good place. And it's not out of the jealousy that you know if she stayed with somebody that is more matured, richer, even half as poor, but has common sense, that girl will become something that we are still watching in 20 years to come. But you want to kill her talent. The devil is using you to gather together to try to bury her. You must have something that you're fighting with or for that doesn't make sense. Nigerians are dramatists. I just figured it's time somebody came out here and told the truth. And no, I'm not condemning Pella and Tobara said with a tiobu, with any Jarvis, no, Jarvis doesn't have responsible parents or people around her. And if she does, she must be an idiot or an unruly girl that cannot know what wisdom is. And listen to the right set of people. You let the bling bling and the lights that they're giving you when you have your own phone. And if you started your own influencing on your page without any of this legend or stars around you, you will still make it. They will be forced to come and watch you because you are an independent talent. But no, you need to go under the skirts of your godmothers, and you are very stupid, Jarvis, for wasting the talent that God has given you and for not recognizing how special you are. You don't have a mind of your own. You are a little weak girl. Open for anybody to use anyhow. But I can see you are hardworking. And if you didn't grow up, I hope you have grown up so much in this past few days. Do you understand? Get your life together. Have an idea of what you want to do with your life. And when your aunties or all these people you call aunties come around, always wait. Nobody holds your stars. Let them all fuck off. You are more than enough. You need a real man with talent. Not necessarily money. But you're used to the good things in life, fine. But you need an adult man. If at all you need anybody at all right now, you're a young woman. You can do this by yourself. Cut your blind. Go back to the table. Cut your brand. Know what you're about. Have a purpose. Don't be used and kicked around with all these stupid people around you. Just wanting to make content. They walk home with millions and you give them your back to climb up on. And you go home lesser. I don't want to see your RIP. I won't shed a tear for any of you foolish people. Pella, go get help. You know that you're not up to dating Jervis. You know it. You don't have what it takes. You are not a real man yet. Forget the age. Go and be mentored by real men. Humble yourself. There are still people that Papa Tunumbu pays homage to. People that Burna Boy bows before. People that President Trump bows before. If you have become untouchable, you are on the way to self-destruction. There are people that I bow before. Starting with my son that I birthed from between my legs. If you are unteachable, you are on your way to destruction. The day you stop to learn is the day you start to die. And Pella, may you not lose your life, because I'm sure you have somebody somewhere that cares about you, even if your real parents are no longer alive. And if they are, it is time they stop being afraid and intimidated by the money that you have, and they begin to take their position as your parents. There must be somebody in your family that you can use along with your team, rather than those that are sacrificing you and telling you it is for content. Keep the people going. But you and Jarvis are not in the same class. And I'm not sorry to say that. Goodbye.